How you doing, folks? Here we are once again, another Stogie Review video review. And in the middle of the week, I decided to throw you a little bit of a curveball and get away from the bargain cigars just for tonight. I had a long day at work, just felt like coming home and having a good cigar. And I had a new one a couple of nights ago. It was a special cigar. It was the first cigar my girlfriend ever bought for me. It was one that she gave me for our 4th year anniversary back in July. So it's been aging a little while. And it was a nice gift. We've been together 4 years, and it was the first time she's ever gone out and bought me a cigar. You just can't forget something like that. So I went out and I picked up another one so that I could shoot a video for it, and that was the Perdomo Reserve Cameroon. As you can see, local price is $5.95. I've seen them anywhere between this, about $6, up to about $7. So I guess there would be the ballpark to look for them if you're trying to buy one. This particular cigar is a Robusto. It's 54 by 5, although it really doesn't look it in this colored wrapper. This odd cellophane. It's Nicaraguan long fillers, and it's an African-grown Cameroon wrapper. And these are available in different types. You got the silver, which is the Cameroon, red, which is the Maduro, and the yellow, which sort of looks like copper, which is Connecticut. And there's also a white, which is sun-grown. I don't happen to have one of those. And these are great. You can pick them up in samplers. Both of these I've got from Cigar International 8 cigar samplers. And if you keep an eye out in something like Clipper magazine, I don't know whether you get that where you're at or whether it's just a local publication, but it's basically just a magazine full of coupons. And in there, Cigar International sometimes runs new customer offers. It's like 8 cigars for $15 shipped. So it really works out, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the cigar. Another interesting thing is all of these Perdomo Reserves that I've seen has this little sticker on the back. And what that says is it's Best of 2005 Rob Report sticker. I don't know whether that's just some kind of advertising ploy or what, but we're going to smoke this one and find out. Now, like I said earlier, this cellophane's kind of weird. It's tinted. It's kind of tough to see the cigar. You can't really make out the band all that well, except for the yellow one. You can see really right through that. Let's try to give me another look at that. So you can see through it, but it makes it tough to see the cigar. Kind of scared me. There was a light spot on the wrapper. I thought it was a big giant hole or some sort. You see that there. And well, it's a light shade of brown. It's got some odd little discolorations going on. It's the first time I've actually seen that. The last one I had was great. It was a real sharp, crisp looking cigar. It smells great. It's fairly firm. Now a little bit of spring to it. So I'm going to go ahead using my plug cutter once again. Trying to get back into using it. Not that the Polio is a bad cutter. Just I've had this cigar punch for a little while now, and I carry it around on my keychain all the time. And that's all I used for a long time, was just the cigar punch. I didn't really bother with the cutters until I got the Polio, and then that's really all I used. So I try to mix this up every once in a while and use the plug cutter. I like how it kind of directs the smoke at your tongue, and it makes for almost like a more intense flavor, or I don't know how you would describe it. It just kind of funnels it, and I kind of like that. Draw's good. I punched it a little off center, but that happens when you're out of practice. A little bit of tobacco on my tongue. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start toasting. And just in case you're wondering, I've never had to reshoot this. The lighter has worked every time. And that's amazing. Now watch. I'm gonna let go, and I won't be able to get it to work. Now once we're all even, I'm gonna go ahead and light it. And as you can see, right off the bat, it's making a lot of smoke. It's a little salty. It's smooth. The finish is fairly creamy. It's pretty short. There's a little bit of a spice there. Now, for a start, it's really good, and I'm really looking forward to getting further into this. So I'm just going to kick back for a few minutes, relax, and get back with you in a little bit when I'm further along. Well, here we are again. As you can see, it's been a couple of minutes, and the burn is just great. It's really even all the way around. Nice light ash. It's firm. The finish has got a little bit of a spice to it. It's really smooth. Base flavor's sort of leathery. It's just really enjoyable at this point. It's about medium to full in body. And the best part about the cigar is the room aroma. And the best way I can describe that is when you go to a local cigar shop and you open the door and you first walk in. Now, we don't have a smoking ban here, so you got guys smoking inside the cigar shop. So it reminds me of that. When I walk through the door and you get that the smell of a good cigar, and then you get the lingering cedar smells from the walk-in humidor, and it smells great. And I really can't say enough about it. It just smells great. Still producing a lot of smoke. It's fairly thick. It's just easy to play with. It's easy to get out of your sinuses, and I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm just gonna, sit back for a little while. I don't want you getting too bored with me raving about how good the cigar is. So be back in a few minutes, and we'll go from there. Well, here we are again, and as you can see, I'm getting a little further into the cigar, and I'm really enjoying it. The flavors, they're changing up. You get a little bit of saltiness, kind of makes you salivate a little bit, and then you get notes of cedar, and then you get some subtle sweet tones. There's just a lot going on, and it's really enjoyable. And you still get the spice from the Cameroon wrapper that just kind of tops it all off. I'm just really liking it, and like I said earlier, the room aroma is just fantastic. Draw is still really good. Still lots of smoke. It's a cigar that's really easy to smoke and is very enjoyable. Really, I think I found a new favorite Cameroon. I really like the H. Upmann Vintage Cameroons, and they're a little bit less expensive. I get them for about $4.60 for a Toro, so I'm getting more cigar than this, and I really enjoy them. But I really like the cigar. And luckily, this was one of the few Perdomos that I had that really didn't disappoint me. A few months ago, myself, Brian, and Jerry were on the Dog Glass Social Club with Bob and Dale, and we smoked the Perdomo Lot 23. And I thought that was pretty good. And that kind of put the wind back in my sails just a little bit, because before that, I bought a sampler from Cigars International. And in the sampler were 5 Perdomo Estate Selection cigars. And I read a lot of good things about them. I smoked my first one and it completely fell apart on me. It was just a mess. I did the written review, and I felt kind of bad because I got a bad stick and I did a review on it. So, about 2 days later, I was going to rewrite the review. I smoked another one of the 5 that I got. Completely fell apart on me, and I didn't feel bad anymore. I left the review up, and really felt like it should have stayed. That was 2 back-to-back cigars that just completely fell apart on me. And I was keeping them in good conditions, no different from any of my other cigars. Humidity was the same, temperature was the same, and all my other cigars were smoking great. And then a couple months later, I had a third one. I was going to try to rewrite the review again, and it fell apart on me. And I just totally lost interest with the Perdomo line. I gave away the other 2 cigars, and I haven't heard back from the people I gave them to. I don't know whether they fell apart or not. I got a couple of the new Perdomo reserves that I'm looking forward to smoking. Maybe they'll be like this one, and it won't disappoint me. And come to think of it, I had a Perdomo Champagne a couple of months ago, and it had a big hole in the wrapper, and it was, you just couldn't even smoke it. So I really was just turned off by the Perdomo line, and like I said, the Lot 23 kind of revitalized it a little bit, and now this is just, it's impressive. I'm really liking this cigar. So I'm definitely going to try a couple more, and I don't know if I can take any more bad sticks from Perdomo, because I might just drop the line altogether. Hopefully at $6 a stick, I can expect quality, although the estate selections were supposed to be pretty good, but they turned out to be lousy. So, live and learn, I guess. But anyway, back to this one. Anyway, you can see that I'm getting really close to the band. And I talked to a lot of people, and they smoke cigars down in the band and then toss them. It's just kind of a habit. But as you can see, this is a pretty big band. You'd really be effectively throwing away about half the cigar. And I look at it like, I guess I can compare it to like a bottle of beer or even a glass of wine. You don't open a bottle of beer and drink it down to the label and then dump it out. You finish it. And that's just the way I look at cigars in general. I smoke them down until I can't smoke them anymore, or until I feel as though I've got my money's worth. Sometimes when they get bad, I still try to smoke through it, but that's just the way I am. I'm not saying that if you toss them at the band you're wrong or anything. To each their own. That's just the way I am. But anyway, I've got quite a bit left to smoke, and I'm really enjoying myself, so I'm just going to kick back, smoke a little bit further, and be back in a bit to wrap things up. Here we are for the final thoughts on the cigar. Well, it's getting fairly short, and it hasn't disappointed me yet. It's really not letting me down. I'm really enjoying it. The body's been picking up progressively. It's a nice full-bodied cigar, smooth finish. It's got some light spiciness, on and off nuances of salt, sweetness, cedar, leather. There's a lot going on. It's just really enjoyable. The draw's been really good. Still lots of smoke. It's not getting harsh. It hasn't needed a touch up. I'm really impressed with this cigar. It's not quite as good as the one I got back in July, but that's simply because that one's been aging for 5 months now. So you're just not going to get the same result from a cigar that's fairly fresh compared to one that's been sitting for 5 months. Well, that's about all I have to say about this cigar. It's just been really good. Definitely give one a try if you like Cameroon cigars. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The price tag is not very budget friendly, but it's a nice treat. So, do yourself a favor, pick one up, and I'd love to hear what you think about it. And as always, thanks for watching.